Good evening, good evening. I'm getting some traction on the recent video I just put out talking about how the electric bill has been just we've been being bamboozled, and it's okay. But I did have a citizen ask an interesting question. Citizen says, can you get rate control in Florida? And my response, you can go look at the video. I said, do you think citizens would support rent control measures? If your answer is yes, because you would, download the petition, sign it, take it to your supervisor of elections office. Because you guys have got to understand that I'm trying to change literally the political landscape. I'm trying to say that, hey, a candidate like myself can come out and say, these are the things that I would like to do. That's what they can say. These are the things that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna fight for you. Whoa, I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to make it to where a citizen can literally vote on the piece of legislation that is going to benefit you, not just give it to a representative that does not legally, by statute, by policy, have to vote in the manner of the individuals who put them in office. Right now, again, we have no rules that say whether you are Republican or Democrat or independent, it doesn't matter. There are zero rules that says that anyone who votes for me, that I have to vote the way that they would like me to because they put me in office. If we're going to allow that level of individuality to maintain its position, then every citizen should have a say-so in the legislation that affects them. And now your representative's job is to literally bring you the information like I consistently do, and then ask you, hey, will you vote for this? When is the last time, seriously, an elected official said, how do you want me to vote? I'm gonna vote the way the majority tells me to vote. When has that happened? Please put it in the comments. When, and please put the reference that this representative on this day, on this piece of legislation, asked the citizens how you want me to vote and voted exactly that way. Because this is important. Because there is no rule, regulation, statute that says that an elected representative has to vote in the way that the constituents want them to, even if they want you to. But what we hear is, call your representative. For what? Let's put something in place that says that the majority of my citizens want this and it outweighs my singular vote in this manner, in this action. This is so important. So when I do get responses like that, what are you willing to do for you? I'm willing to bring you information. I'm going to bring you the data. What are you going to do with it? If we can't change that, then what you will find people saying is, hey, we put you in office so that you could handle rent control. I have to go up against all of these other representatives in the House that weren't elected by you, maybe, or don't see it your way, being lobbied by other people. So why don't the citizens hold more weight? But we have to put citizens in a better place for that. Again, Article 1 of our Constitution in Florida says all political power is inherent to the citizen, but it's not really defined in how that power is supposed to be used. So right now we use it by way of electing a representative to not do what you want them to do. Let's just get that clear. There is not a single representative that gets elected to do what you want them to do, because there's no rule that says they have to vote the way the majority wants them to vote. And that creates division. So we need to redefine, restructure that our elected representatives are there to do a job. And that job is to bring us the information and then let the citizens weigh in, because our tax money is also making this thing go around. Not just because that elected representative still pays taxes. So they do have a say-so. But it should not be the ultimate say-so amongst the majority, because you needed a majority to get in the seat. I really need that to like lock in. Of course I want rent control. Heck yes I do. But I'm one person, two people that want rent control. Neither one of us that want rent control get to vote on it. If you elect me in, or I was an elected official right this moment, and this person said, hey, can you get rent control in Florida? I could try, but who's gonna support it? I have to find other representatives that are willing to support it, because those are the legislative votes. I'm trying to expand the legislative votes and say that, hey, if citizens are asking for rent control, we need to bring them the who, what, when, where, why, and how we're going to do that, so that they have a clear picture on what they're voting on. And then, for kicks, just because this type of person I am, we're only going to vote on rent control only. You're not putting anything else in this bill. We're not going to put rent control and something that that we know is going to just throw the entire rent control bill out the way. It's our job. It's your elected officials' jobs not to lose control of the structure, to make sure that the math is mathing, to make sure that we look at all departments of government. Like I said, my titles on my videos aren't there, but I broke down every department of government so that we can ensure that when we pull from here, or we're pulling, or we're allocating here, we're doing what we're supposed to do, that you hired responsible individuals to look at this. It's so important to want to be a part of the system. But I understand because for years, for decades, for a millennium, we've been taught that when we want something, we need to ask this single person and then hope that they maybe put the bill together. If you had enough money to ask in the first place. Or go outside with your picket sign and protest, while they're behind closed doors signing legislation. So what I'm trying to do is make this very tangible for the citizen, to give citizens more political power. It's really hard to argue against it. But I do understand that it's just not gonna change everything, but it's a strong step in the right direction. It is a very strong step in the right direction for citizens. So by all means, you go to my link tree, you get that petition. And I always tell you, my plan for implementation is on my website. You're able to look at it. You can send me a message at the bottom of the website saying, hey, I think I read your plan. You missed this piece. It's really important, and I want to see this in here. I will validate that. You know what? Here's a slot for it. It does meet the structure that is necessary to get this implemented, and then I'll change the plan and update it, because that's what's supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. This is not some non-working document. The way we're living is a working, living, breathing document that needs consistency and efficiency, and that should come from citizens, helping to make sure that, hey, the world we live in is the one that we're also building together. Super important to me. But thank you for your time. You guys have a great evening. I just really wanted to get that out, because I understand what these people are. I understand where you're coming from. I really do. But if we continue down the structure we're going, we might not, there are things that we don't see, because there are a lot of people that does not affect. Rent control doesn't affect them. So they're probably not going to give it the thought. But maybe it does affect quite a few citizens. And maybe it is something that we should look at. So let's make sure that we recognize the problems, but understand that right now, the solution is to put citizens concretely in the Constitution in how we use our citizens. You guys have a great evening.